Alright everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. Finished recording Shonen Jump videos for today now that Akane Bayashi and Spy Family are back from Shonen Jump's Oban Festival holiday last weekend. Apart from that, doing a couple of read-throughs today. So I just finished recording the video for the next volume of Bride's Story. Like I mentioned in the last couple of read-through videos and things, I'm planning to do videos for Vinland Saga as well. Now that the series has officially concluded. And my initial plan was to go back and just pick up where I left off, because I think I started doing like video read-throughs of the channel. I kind of just got dropped because I was busy with like other series and things that I hadn't done previously. But I went back to look at it. It looks like it's been 5 years since I've last touched this series. So I've decided, since it's been so long, since this is supposed to be kind of a refresher, kind of like my overall thoughts on the series now that it's concluded, I figure I might as well just go from the beginning to kind of see how or if my thoughts have changed from where they were all those years ago. Basically going to delete all those videos. I'm going to start all over again from the beginning. So we'll make our way through the entire series start to finish. Looking forward to this, because this is a series I have a lot of fondness for. I just never got around to keeping up with it when the current chapters were dropping. But I'm interested to see like how everything concluded and how everything progressed with regards to that. Looking forward to diving back into this. Before that, I just wanted to say, like I mentioned, a lot of videos have dropped on the channel today. So if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, so you can keep up with these videos when they drop. I think the plan right now is I'll try to get around to chapter 6 or so, because that's about 200-ish pages, and I feel like that's a good kind of stopping point for getting around to 30 to 45 minutes for a video. I feel like it's a good stopping point. So try to break it up into chunks and do that. Without further ado, let us dive into it with Vinland Saga Book 1 by Makoto Yukimura. So we have Chapter 1, Normani, and I do love that cover page. We have 11th century AD, Frankish Kingdom territory. You have just these soldiers just like sieging this castle. And you have bam bam bam, it's like they're shooting, like raining arrows down on the people below. Yeah, shit, shields, we need more damn shields. What are you waiting for? Bring the gate down now. As they bring in a battering ram and just start slamming it into there. It's like, it's a battering ram. Crossbows to the fore. Shoot in alternating rows. First row, knock, loose. And you see the bolts just like ripping through the shields into the soldiers below. Jav, it's no good. Regroup. Retreat. Retreat for now. Pull back, men. And you see the soldiers on the wall just cheering with a rah and a, well done, boys. Retrieve arrows and bolts now while you can. Women, tend to the wounded. The snow is coming soon, and that will force the enemy to abandon his siege. We must simply endure until then. If the entire town pools its strength and fights together, we will survive. And you see outside a bunch of like women and young girls just like retrieving the arrows, and one's like, it's like trying, just like exert her energy, pull one out, and she rips it out along with the eyeball is lodged in. Jav, we only need to reinforce the hillside gate. The lake behind us will keep our back safe. You have a well. Siege appears to be breaking. Like we thought, it's a skirmish between Frankish tribes. I put the attackers at about 800, far fewer in the town. Jav, look at the fools dashing their heads straight against the walls. What do you think, Askeladd? And he's just like, looks like the local stronghold to me. We can practically smell the treasure from here. It's like, aha, so we're in? Will we side with the attackers? It's like, yep, more in it for us that way. Well, we don't do this for a pittance. We smash the chests open and seize every last coin within. Now then, it's like, Thorfinn, you're up! And you see this scroungy little kid just like knotting his shoes as he grabs his twin blades and just like sheathes them into his pocket. So we're joining in. Send a message to the leader of the attacking army. Here's the tack we take. Your tactics are pitiful. They are sight to make one wretch. Therefore, our band of warriors offers its aid. Consider this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity wisely, for we will surely guide you to victory. All we ask in return is half the spoils of war on the day of the fortress's fall. Resume the siege in the morn. Once you've given them the message, remain among them and observe the tide of battle. Understood? Now go. And he just doesn't move as Askeladd's like, what? I gave you an order, Thorfinn. It's like, promise me a reward. Reward? If the negotiations is a success, you'll have 3 gold coins. I swear upon Tyr. You see some men whistling. He's like, who asked for that shit? You know damn well what I want, Askeladd. He's like, ooh, now that's a scary face. Just a bit of humor, that's all. So if that's what you want, boy, I'll need you to bring me the head of a commander, at least. And he saw Thorfinn silent before he goes, with a zoosh, he just starts taking off. So the little bastard's got such an attitude. Why do you let him handle the negotiations, Askeladd? It's like, the losing side will be on edge. The envoy might be gutted before anyone even gets to the table. Happens all the time. And who cares if we lose one measly brat we picked up along the way? And as he's approaching the little barricade, he's like, c'est quoi, c'est gamin? He's like, who are you, boy? Hey, pas pour de gosse. I'm not going to do the language justice, so I apologize for butchering it. Like, this is no place for children. It's come a messenger. Can anyone here speak Norse? And like, qu'est-ce que c'est qu'il a? He's like, what's he speaking? He's like, c'est pas un franc. He's like, he sure ain't a franc. And inside you see men fighting and like the wounded being like wounded, getting like bandaged up as they're all still putting all the bodies into a pit. It's like, don't like this kid. He could be a spy. Seize him. Now as they try to grab his hand, Thorfinn just grabs his finger, like breaks it backwards and like flips it behind him into an arm lock. He's like, "Kid?" He's like, "Aye." He's like, "I'm a messenger. Can anyone here speak Norse?" And it goes inside where the commander's just like getting fed, like this nice little feast inside. He's like, "Did you want half the spoils? You mercenaries have grown too bold by far. But such boldness implies confidence. Yes, Normani boy?" It's like, Normani? It's like, even a boy can see that attacking the main gate alone achieves nothing but the slaughter of your own men. You outnumber the defenders. They're concentrated toward the hillside gate, leaving the lakeside open. That's where we'll strike. And one of the commanders like, if it were that easy, we'd have done it already. Puh, I should have known you savages were ignorant. It's impossible to sail a ship into that lake. The nearest river flows fiercer the closer you get to the lake. There are even waterfalls. Our ships are marooned a mile downriver. Otherwise, we would attack by water. You have the translator saying he says. It's like, so you won't accept our offer? Because Askeladd will take his 100 men right to the defenders. He's like, what? Shut your insolent mouth, as they all draw their swords. So the same will happen if I die. If I don't give the all-clear signal, you will instantly be up against 100 hardened warriors of the north. And the Lord just like consciously eyeing him as he's drinking. He goes, bah, do as you wish. It's like, my lord, it's like, if your words are shown false, I will have your head. But if they're good and true, in the name of Jesus Christ, you will have your fair share of the riches. It's like, I want my short swords back. They're a memento of my father. I see later that night, he just knocks a flaming arrow and fires it. It's like, are you certain about this, my lord? It's like, I saw no lie in his eyes. The 100 Normans he spoke of must be real. It's like, yes, right there you see like his little maidens just like massaging him. Even if there are only 100, no point in making foes of them. With their aid, we can likely decrease our own losses. It's like, but my lord, you promised them half of the spoils of war. It's like, half? Who said anything about half? These are uncouth barbarians from the far north. God will not punish a good Christian for taking advantage of the pagan hordes. It's like, I can't feel a thing. Put more muscle into it, girl. It's like, yes, my lord. I guess he has fired off 4 arrows. As the defenders on the gate are like, another one, that makes 4. So it must be a signal of some kind. So most likely, making contact with another company perhaps? Be on guard, they'll try something different tomorrow. It's like, yes sir! So that'll be Thorfinn, 1 high, 3 low. They'll be striking at sunup. And Askeladd's like, great, that's all we need to know. On the double, lads, we must be over the peak before the moon rises. And you see as there's rushing water, you have a bish. He's like, I can't take any more of this. Stand a ship guard all the way down here? Pah! How's a man gonna make a name for himself away from battle? I left home and told everyone I'd be a knight. Put me out on the field, let me fight, you fat pig. You have one of the guys on the English side just like swatting away at branches with a sword. So forget it, you'll only get yourself killed. Our army's scratching tooth and nail across the falls, I hear. At least we're safe down here. It's like, peh, coward. You've been yelling since we was kids. If you so afraid of fighting, why didn't you follow me to battle? It's like, because I'm concerned for you. He's like, what? What's this now, Tubby? I don't need no stinking babysitter. I was the rowdiest brawler in the village, and you ain't never been in fighting. It's like, murmur, murmur. It's like, what's all the muttering about? It's like, look up there, right near the peak. Something popped up for a second. Like, dragon, it's a dragon! A dragon on the mountaintop! It's like, oh, bugger me. As you see the ship headmast just like crusting over it. You see next day as the Englishmen all just like line up. It's like a dragon climbing the mountain? It's like, yes, my lord. The ship guard sent a report last night. It's like, it is an ill omen, my liege. It's like, I've always wanted to see a dragon, but enough about that. Boy. You see him bringing up Thorfinn. It's like, your friends are no-shows. The sun is out and rising. He's like, just get on with the attack, fat ass. You'll see soon enough. So you just insulted me, didn't you? Just I have an ear for these things, cheeky whelp. It's like, prepare to attack. Seems your head will be the centerpiece of our victory feast tonight, boy. I see him rushing forward again. It's like, try it as many times as you like. Poke him full of holes. Yeah, show's already started. We're late to the party, lads. Put some spirit into it. The battlefield awaits. And you have, oi! As you have a splash. I'm like, yo, it's boiling! As the defenders on the wall get like oil poured on them. The defenders up above are also like hucking rocks down on them as well. Jeff, silence those arrows. I want ladders on the west face. Casualties be damned. And you hear fweet, fweet, fweet as like birds are taken off from the forest. Thorfinn's like, good. It's like, hey, interpreter, which one's the enemy leader? He's like, see the one with the feathered helm? That's him. And you see Thorfinn just getting like all deadly serious. He starts dashing off. He's like, where are you going, boy? This guy knew he was lying. Kill the brat before he escapes. And you see him just outpacing all their arrows. He's like, what incredible speed. He's already lost in the battle. Yeah, such simple-mindedness. They repeat the same pointless strategy, losing more men every time. It's like, they have no strategy, Commander. It seems we've overestimated our foe. It's like, the boy runs off, the fortress still stands, and there are no allies. What's wrong with this stupid army? Are you men or scarecrows? Don't just stand there, do something! It's like, let me be clear, we are not going home when the snows come. We're here until this fortress says, you're doom, doom, doom. It's like, are you listening to me? It's like, yes, but my lord, what you hear is fighting, which is what you ought to be, it's like, what you hear is fighting, which is what you ought to be doing right now. It's like, no, my lord, it's coming closer. Sorry, so one of them said, I hear something strange. It's like, there, hear it? And you see, doosh, as a fleet of ships just shows up behind him. And he's like, aye! And you see his Askeladd at the head. I fucking love this panel so much. And you see the Vikings just carrying the ship on some ropes over their shoulders as they're rushing it towards the water. It's like, they got ships coming down from the mountains. It's like, clever bastards carrying their own ships over the mountain. It's like, yes, that's it. Calm the soldiers. It's them. They're the allies. Yes, very good. The tide is turning. It's like, all forces forward. The fortress will fall by sundown. You see with the doosh as all the ships go into the river. It's like, put your backs into it. Pull! As it starts drumming on the drum with like the butt of the axe. It's like, the first ship to reach the shore gets a double share. And you see Thorfinn just running as he just runs and leaps over the moat. And just like unsheathes his sword and just jabs it into the wooden wall as he starts climbing up. It's like, ships, they're bringing ships. Long ships, they're going to swing around the back. And quickly. Do we even have anyone guarding the lakeside? It's like, it's a pincer attack. It's like, keep your wits, man. It's only 3 ships. I want 80 men from the right wing to the landing. Don't let them ashore. The rest of you remain here at the gate. Crossbows with me. Run, damn you. And Askeladd's like, yes, we got behind him. Pull up to the landing. It's like, it's too easy. Not a single line of defense, just a gentle slope to greet us. It's like they're asking us to land. Let's crush them, boys. He looks up at the glint as an arrow comes flying and he just deflects it with his sword. Or I guess a crossbow bolt, and you see a bunch of his men getting shot down. It's like, what was that? They split my shield from that distance? Olaf's down. It's like, Askeladd. It's crossbows. Fair number 2. Suppose we'll have casualties. And you see up on the battlements, you have, don't wait. Shoot as soon as you've loaded. Run through all your bolts if you must. It's like they're sitting ducks in the water. Take out as many as you can before they disembark. And you see with the slash as one of them goes down with a cut to the neck as Thorfinn finally breaches the wall. It's like, a boy? He's like, die! And you see a swish as he cuts off a soldier's arm. And he just runs through him. He's like, little devil! It's like, huh? The attack's over. Did they run out of bolts? And Askeladd's like, now's our chance. Prepare to disembark. And you see Thorfinn just cutting a swath right through the commander. And with a bushok, he chops off his head. He's like, Captain! And you see as the head like goes tumbling over into the water, he's like, shit. He's like, avenge the captain! Kill that boy! And Thorfinn just goes diving into the water after the head. It's like, how could he kill the captain? It's like, damn it, he's just a kid. And you see Askeladd's troops starting to breach the wall, breach the beach. It's like, roll over them, lads. And you see a bunch of them just cutting down people. It's like, they're sorely outnumbered. They've got their hands full defending the gate, so they won't be coming here. Raise some hell. It's like, not much resistance from these folks. And he sees some men on the rooftop like firing off some arrows. He's like, hatchet. It's like, check. And he gives him like a little mini hatchet that he just swings with a buck to behead one of the archers. It's like, bullseye! He's just like, brilliant work, Chief. It's like, looks like the main force is on the way. And they're just going to abandon the front gate? Alright, looks like we got ourselves a proper battle, boys. Make it quick or we won't have time for the fun stuff. Jaffa, heave-ho! As the battering ram smashing into the front gate. It's like, Maynard, we can't hold them. Where do the other archers go? It's like, they left to fight off the ships. No sign of them since. You see with a crack and a zadoom as the battering ram flies through and sends one of the men flying. So there's still a good 200 of them left. Don't let up. Crush them all. And Jaffa, yow! It's like, why the hell did you... And you see the men stop as there's just a massacre inside. It's like, mon dieu, these Normanni. You have, see, with those mercenaries on my side, a fortress this measly is no challenge at all. So the defending commander died in the battle. Our captive's claim was the work of a mere child. It's like, my word, you mean the boy did him in? It's like he burst onto the ramparts waving two knives. It's like, the Normanni are a deadly bunch. Even a boy can do this. If we let those savages leave this place, they may return one day, as enemies of the Frankish nobility, or even His Highness himself. So what shall we do about the Normanni? So, They travel over the mountains to get here. They'll need to cover the same grounds carrying their ships on the way back. That's where we strike. Not only that, they'll be slower weighed down with their battle riches. Sailor on land is as helpless as a babe. And the entirety of the hull falls into my hands. I'm such a genius. Like, still, I haven't seen hide nor hair of the Normanni for some time. Yeah, reporting to General Jabet, sir. It's like, speak, because the treasury. He goes inside just in shock. He's like, gone, my treasure. It's like the wealthier houses and even the church are ransacked as well. It's like, what? But that... It's like they've taken every single thing of value in the village. It's God be damned. It took them barely a few minutes. And yeah, attention, leader of the Franks. I love Askeladd. You see him just all glitted out in the spoils of war. As he goes, in the interest of a fair split, we grant you the victory, while we humbly accept the treasure. I trust you have no complaints? All in all, I think it quite a reasonable compromise on our part. After all, you are now the proud owner of your very own fortress. It's like, why you? It's like, hold, they're going down the fall. Send the ships. It's like, but sir, they've smashed all the fortress ships already. So in that case, send our fastest horse to our ships below the falls. It's like, aye, sir. It's like, filthy barbarians, pirates, misers, beasts, swindlers, yokels. And Aska's like, what's that? Sorry, my Frankish is rusty. It's like, but enough fun. Stow the treasure in the bill. It's time to leave. It's like, Thorfinn has yet to return, Askeladd. It's like, you don't say. Such a shame. It's like, what a surprise. He's bound to be dead. More treasure for the rest of us. Let's get moving then. It's like, aye. And we see a shunk as a head lands in on the ship from below as Thorfinn climbs out of the water. It's like, I was like, Thorfinn, you're alive? So gotta say, the kid's tough. You hurt? So that's frigid water to swim through. He's like, Askeladd, that was their commander. It's like, oh, so you did get him. And he's just like, and he just like takes in a deep breath and glares at him. Goes, we had a deal. You can't back out now. I, Thorfinn, son of Thor's, warrior of Iceland, upon my father's blade, do seek a duel with Askeladd, to avenge my father's death. And you see Askeladd finally, deathly serious, goes, I, Askeladd, son of Olaf, upon the name of my ancestor Artorius, accept Thorfinn's challenge. He's like, but... It's like, what? And you see a bunch of arrows flying in. It's like, not this instant right now. We've got to fly. Man oars, you ugly shits. Quick, before they close off the river. And you see the troops waiting nearby to ambush them with, I ain't so scared of no dragons. But you saw them terrible fangs and the weight howled to the moon. What'll we do? It's like, Grah, it screeched. We've trespassed on a dragon's haunt. And you see a Grah, ah! He's like, cowards, it's only a crow. It's like, bring on all the dragons, I say. I've always wanted to chop off a dragon's head. Do your worst, you hideous brute. Because stop, it'll hear you. And they see Askeladd's ship just like coming over there in the waterfall. He's like, hey, God save us. He's like, ha ha ha. Farewell, land of the Franks. Yeah, for roughly 300 years, starting in the 8th century AD, a northern European people terrorized the civilized world in their dragon-headed ships. From Western Europe to Russia, North Africa, Greece, Turkey, even the Middle East, they appeared far and wide without warning, pillaging and slaughtering, only to leave just as suddenly. In Old Frankish, they were the Normanni. In England, they were the Danes. To the Byzantine Empire, the Rus or Russ. But in later years, they would simply be known as Vikings. Again, just gorgeous, gorgeous artwork in the series. Second. You see, as they're sailing, they're slowly all content, and Sora was just like brooding as he's cleaning his blades. And you see it's like there, and you see some shepherds. He's like, oi, look, warships! It's like, we ought to tell Gorm. It's like, hang on, don't panic. Look, those are Askeladd ships. So yeah, chapter 2, somewhere not here. Yeah, there's the village. Looks like we managed to survive another year. So we're gonna eat our fill tonight, boys. So look at the sheep. It's nearly winter and they've still got them out grazing. So gotta fatten the livestock while you can. That's Uncle Gorm for you, always the miser. And you see, well done on another year of service, lads. Enjoy your winter. And you see all the kids just like rushing down to the ship to greet them. And you have Denmark, Jutland of Peninsula, village of feudal Lord Gorm. It's like, look at all the treasure. They made a killing down in Frankish land. It's like, that Askeladd knows his work. It's got here a few more drop dead on this voyage. It's like, really? Hot damn. Think they'll recruit from the village to fill those spots? It's like, I can feel my blood boiling already. When I go raiding, Askeladd ship is the only one for me. In like 3 days and you'll be off to Valhalla. It's like, still, I'd sure love to see some foreign lands, eh? It's like, aye. It's like, don't say such things, foolish boy. If you up and leave, who will be the man of the house? It's like, oh, don't be like that, Ma. I'm a man, I can't help it. I was born to sail on a raiding ship. No man ever made a name for himself tending pigs. And you see how the girls are like, well, Askeladd, welcome back. It's like, hello there, pretty girls. Now, who wants some necklaces? Like, I want a ring. It's like, uncle, our women are so lacking in modesty and discretion. I love it. It's like, this is a serious topic, Askeladd. Pay attention. I'll start again. If the food one of your men eats in a day is converted to silver, that makes 1 1/4 pieces. Times 97 men, that's 121 1/4 per day. The value of pigs rose this year, so if they eat pork, that's an extra 24 1/4 per day. Beer would be separate. Add in the cost of lodgings and firewood, and for a single month you're looking at, so Uncle, don't worry about the money. We had an excellent haul. We're staying until the spring. Give my men all the food and meat they want. You'll have your silver. That's all I wanted to hear, Askeladd. Drink your fill. It's like, we're going to celebrate, girl. We still have that fine German wine, don't we? Bring that out. It's like, yo-ho, 1, 2, 3, as he's like counting his gold. It's like, Uncle, do you really love gold that much? Sorry about that, my dogs are being dinks. He's like, who doesn't? Money's a wonderful thing. It brightens the heart just to gaze upon it. 7, 8, 9. It's like, It's like, Hordaland, what are you doing? I told you to bring me my wine. And the girl kind of just snaps out of the little reverie she was in. She's like, yes, sir. And she goes off to the back. It's like, strange name that slave's got. Hordaland, like the place in Norway? It's like, yes. I bought her earlier this year, apparently from the bloodline of some lord in that area. They lost a war and the family went into ruin or some such. She cost solid coin for those pretty looks, but she's a dreadful slave. Still got the noble airs. Askeladd glances outside. It's like, all the girls have got silent as Thorfinn's walking in, looking all grim. He's like, by the way, could I ask you to witness for me? I've got a duel scheduled just before supper. It's like, a duel? Also, Uncle, it's not the slave's fault that she's been useless. It's your poor handling. There's a trick to manipulating every human being. And you see, as there's like a circle of people just waiting to watch the fight. It's like, ahem, we gather here in the name of Almighty Odin to observe this duel between Thorfinn and Askeladd. You are free to choose your choice of arms. The duel will be concluded by retreat, incapacitation, or death. So are you kidding me? That little kid's one of Askeladd's band? Maybe I stand a better chance than I thought. The girl's like, is it just me or is he kind of cute? It's like, no way. Askeladd's stronger and he has more money. You have the grounds for this duel being Thorfinn's desire to avenge his father's death. Are there any objections from either party? And he's like, no, none from me. It's like, if he's avenging his father, why does he work for Askeladd? It's like, oh, don't know. It's like, fight! It's like, good luck, kid. It's like, and now begin! As everyone's cheering. Let's take a second. And you see Thorfinn just deadly serious as Askeladd's like, you're growing like a weed, boy. How old are you now? And Thorfinn just kind of takes a fighting stance. He's like, back then you were barely up to here. And you go, oh, as he like jerks his head back as Thorfinn gets in for a swipe. It's like, he's fast. It's like, the boy's gone first. He's in close. And you see Askeladd just like trying to parry some of his blows. It's like, you can't. It's like, huh? It's like, you can't humor an old man with just a little small talk first? As he just whips his sword out and sends Thorfinn flying backwards. So he's on his feet, not a single injury. It's like, whew. It's like, I'd never seen a man throw someone so far with a single swing. And he's like, Thorfinn jumped back, you idiot. If he'd stood his ground, those short blades would have snapped. The boy's grown strong. See how calm he is? He knows full well that the short swords give him the advantage of close quarters. It's like, so, why did he hire that kid if he's so dangerous? Yeah, that boys, like, let's see some blood, Askeladd. You see Thorfinn just taking a deep breath as he runs forward and like, Askeladd blocks his sword with his again. And you see Thorfinn just drops the blade and slashes out. Oh no, so Thorfinn brings up his other blade, kind of brace it and want to knock the sword out of Askeladd's hand and disarm him. He's like, brilliant! And you see Askeladd just grabbing him like his arm, like parrying him. It's like, why did he pull back? That was his chance. And you see Askeladd just picked up his sword, he's like seizing him up. It's like, about your old man, Thorfinn. Oh damn, what was his name? Thork? He's like, Thors. And he's fucking doing his face like, I walked into my trap. He's like, Thors, right, that was it, of course. My memory isn't what it used to be, sadly. He's like, look, I really hate to bring this up during your long-awaited bid for vengeance and all, but I've killed more than my share of men, you know, and I just can't remember your father for the life of me. Did I really kill this Thor little fellow? How did I kill him? I'm just trying to make sure this all isn't just some dreadful misunderstanding, that's all. You see Thorfinn just getting angry. He's like, you filthy bastard. If you'd fought fair and square, my father would never have fallen to the likes of you. Yeah, Askeladd's just looking all cunning. He's like, if you hadn't taken me hostage. He's like, ah, yes, now it's coming back. He was the fool who gave up his life in exchange for his boys. And you see Thorfinn just running forward, like raging. And he's like, ah, too bad. As Askeladd just like disarms him, like breaks him, tosses him to the ground. He's like, whew. It's like, pop his shoulder back in, Bjorn. It's like, you got it. It's like, Uncle, worked up an appetite. Take a nice fragrant mutton breast if you don't mind. See later with a crash and like, yeah! As you see everyone's partying inside, Thorfinn just like sulking on the boat. It's like, night, Thorfinn. You sure you're all right out here? And you have a skull as the Vikings all like celebrating and drinking and eating. He's like, oi, aren't you standing guard on the ships? It's like, nah, I lucked out. Thorfinn doesn't want to change shifts. It's like, as usual then. He always sulks after he loses. Let him stay. He likes it better out there. It used to be his father's ship after all. You see, Askeladd just like feet up on the table as he's eating. He's like, not bad, not bad. It's like, hey, Askeladd, your fight today was incredible. How'd you do that throw? It's like, gee, it sure was something. It's like, but boss, why do you keep that kid around? Isn't it dangerous? What if he ambushes you in your sleep or something? It's like, ugh, spare me. It's like, not to worry. He'd rather die than do something like that. It's like, how come? How come? Well, he's a warrior for one thing. Thorfinn won't be satisfied unless he wins an honest man-to-man duel. He's bound by pride in his own past. It's like, huh? Pride? And you're crashing nearby. Not you again, Hordaland. Do you have any idea what that platter of food costs? Do you? Your days as a lady are long past, girls. You're a slave and you'll learn to act like one. It's like, I don't know much about such things, But if I had to live without pride, I reckon I'd rather kill myself. It's like, what a shame. It's like, heh. What's so funny? It's like, I'm not laughing at you, boy. Just look at him. Oh, what a sight that is. And you see as the Lord is like whipping the girl. It's like a man, slave to gold, holds a whip and beats the slave he bought with that gold as if to claim he is the master. He just doesn't see it for himself. Every living human being is a slave to something. You see later that night as like Thorfinn's nodding off. He's like, ha ha ha, you're sulking. Did you lose again, Thorfinn? It's a little flashback to like when he's a kid. With father, he's like, yeah, it's like a little crybaby. It's like, are you angry, Squirt? Do you want revenge? He just like shakes his head. It's like, well, you are my son. Suppose it won't do any good to tell you not to seek vengeance. It's like, oh dear, how should I put this? You'll have to find out for yourself what it means to be a warrior. And you're shunking as he draws his blade on the girl that came out to give him some food. He's like, Lord Garm told me to bring you food. And he has like a basket nearby that's spilled out. He goes, a chomp munch as he's eating. And the girl's just shivering in the cold. He's like, hey, are you a thrall too? He's like, what? I mean, you're eating out here. It's like, I'm a free man, a warrior. I'm not forced to eat scraps in the kitchen like you. I eat here because I choose to. It's like, oh, really? It's strange. I just thought we seemed similar. The orange is like, it's like, I have nothing in common with you. I wouldn't know how a slave thinks. If I were you, I'd kill Gorm and run. And I'd kill any man who followed me. He's like, how awful. I couldn't kill. It's like, yeah, then enjoy life as a slave. It's your choice. And she's like, if I ran as far as I could, all the way across the sea, what would I find there? If there were a land across the horizon, a land without war or slavers, if there were a land of peace, somewhere that's not here. You have 10 years earlier, and his old man is taking like this deep draw on a smoke pipe as he blows it out. He goes, then we left Markland and our ship charted a course further south. There's a land far richer and more fertile to the south. That's what the wind was telling us. And that's when I found it. A new world full of ripe fruit and rippling plains. I built a cottage upon this new land and called it Vinland. You see a rumble, and a splash, and as these sailors are like braving these stormy weathers, and you have, I stood upon this new land and gave it a name. It would be known as Vinland, land of pastures. So you have chapter 3, Beyond the Edge of the Sea. You see him just watching on like these massive plains. And you know, like this little baby Thorfinn just rapt attention. Far across the sea to the west, there was a new land to be settled. How's that, kids? Now are you properly impressed with the daring feats of the great Leif Erikson? You have 1002 AD Iceland. Like, that's amazing, Mr. Leif. What happened next? Were there people? Was it warm? Was it bigger than Iceland? It's like, yes to all three. It was warmer than Iceland, brimming with forests and waving meadows ready for sheep to graze upon. I couldn't even begin to measure the size of the place. As you have like a flashback to the men just like chopping down trees. We even met Skraelings there, and you see like a bunch of Native Americans just like peeking above a ridge staring at them. We couldn't understand each other, but we became fast friends. They were short of stature with black hair and eyes bearing stone spears. The men could not grow whiskers, so they found ours to be most fascinating. In fact, this headdress and pipe were personal gifts to me from their chieftain. He's like, oh, awesome. It's like, you see, they're only worn by true warriors. And you see with a whoosh as Thor comes back in from outside and like dusts the snow off himself. It's like, what's this? The children are still awake? It's Kamthari Thors. I wanted to let them hear Leif's stories. It's like, a true warrior. You really are amazing, mister. Is the smoke yummy? As you baby Thorfinn just like poking on the pipe. He's like, aren't I? And you're a very smart little boy, Thorfinn. Will you ride on my ship when you grow up? It's like, why can't I ride with you now? Father says the same thing. Why do I have to grow up first? It's like, why? Well, it's a very difficult question to answer. Like, your story doesn't make sense, Mr. Leif. My grandpa told me that the great serpent Jormungand prowls the seas to the west and gobbles up every ship that ventures too close. And if you keep going, the sea just disappears into nothingness. It's again, it's those tall tales that make my discovery all the more momentous, don't you see? Here's the proof. A true warrior's, like, is that real? Besides, you're not even a warrior, Mr. Leif. He's like, No. You kids have to learn to use your heads. Not all warriors fight on the battlefield with a sword in hand. A sailor makes his living battling the sea. He's like, see, I knew it. It's like, yeah. It's like, and what's so funny? Everyone says Mr. Leaf's just a big kid with whiskers. So he goes on so many adventures. He's not go good in a real fight. It's like, bah, how easily swayed you are. I'd like to have a word with your parents. But you're a good boy, Thorfinn. You believe me, don't you? And Thorfinn just kind of like draws back. So is this what you come to? You can't trust the word of an old adventurer who'd rather follow his whims than charge into battle? This guy see how it is. Now he's sulking. Like, well, if my father says you're a warrior, then it must be true, but... It's like, Thor, are you listening to them humiliate me? Set the record straight for all to hear. They'll believe you, apparently. It's like, oh, grow up. It's like, go on home, kids. Time for bed. It's like, will you walk them home, Ari? It's like, sure thing, Thor. It's like, I'm not sleepy. I want to hear more stories. It's like, bye-bye. And you see all the kids heading out. Oof. And you see outside to the clink as there's a man with like a chain collar around his neck just struggling through the snow. You see, Desha. And I see. So the people are freezing in Greenland. He's like, aye, the cold snap will be fierce this year. Much of the livestock will be lost. I suspect there's a connection between this year's chill and the weaker currents bringing warm water from the south. And Thor's like, do you see any hope for a return to normal weather, Leaf? It's like, I can't afford to be optimistic. It's like, we haven't suffered any major damage from the cold yet. The longer term issue is whether or not it'll continue to worsen as the years go on. Yeah, it's freezing out there as Ylva walks in with some sheep. He's like, thank you, Ylva. So these two are the only ones taking chill. We ought to keep them inside tonight. They might die if left out in the pen. And Leaf's like, you must be terribly cold, Ylva. Come sit down and let Uncle Leaf warm you up. He's like, no thanks, Lecture. So go to bed, Mother. I'll do the rest. You'll catch cold again. So I'm just fine. Help me tie up the sheep. And he's like, it's not much easier here in Iceland. Thor's like, no, it's not. Might not be long until the islands are smothered by a winter so fierce none will survive. My brother Thorvald is making plans to leave Greenland. And Thor's like, isn't it far? It's like, well, I made it there and back, didn't I? You see the next day with, onward, far to the west. Vinland is just beyond the horizon. You have Captain Thorfinn, Jormungand's ahead. It's like, save us, it's too huge. It's like, oh, Captain. It's like, don't wait for me, man. Onward while it's distracted. Onward to Vinland. It's like, come on, monster, take the iron of an Icelandic what? It's like, what? Thorfinn wakes up with his dream with a, I'm choking, I'm gonna die. It's like, It's like, sis, go to your own bed, you're squishing me. It's like, what? No, I'm cold. You can use my bed if you want, I'm sleeping here. It's like, that's not fair, I already did all the work warming this bed up. It's like, shh, don't shout. Like, this is what you did last time when you... I sees the light on in the living room. It's like, Father's up. They're still talking. It's like, yeah. Don't worry about that stuff, Thorfinn. Worrying is the grown-up's job. It's like, now get back here. Let Big Sis hold you tight. It's like, seriously, let me hug your little body. Now, I'm freezing. And you see as the snowstorm is just like raging outside. You see the next day as they're clearing a path through the snow. It's like, I can't take this. Why don't we just buy a slave already, Father? Ari's house has 3. Can't we just borrow one for a day? Mother's sickly and I have to help with the cooking. It's like, you ask that every year, Ylva. They have their way and we have ours. The 4 of us have survived without extra help so far, haven't we? It's like, yeah, but only with the labor of 3. Swear, you're such an eccentric. It's like, it's like, heave ho! As you're like trying to clear off my roof off the snow. Like, why can't Thorfinn grow up faster? Then maybe life would be a bit... It's like, and she slips and falls off. It's like, Ylva! It's like, whoa! Saw my life flash before my eyes. It's like, ooh, thank the god she's tough. It's like, are you hurt? It's like, It's like, no, there's something down here. She starts digging through the snow. It's like, what is it? Drop something? It's like, Father, come quick! And sees the man from the snowstorm below, like, buried in. It's like, hey, Mr. Leaf, how much of your story yesterday was true? It's like, how much? It's all true. Bah! Go ahead and see if I tell you any more stories. It's like, okay, let me ride on your ship then. I'll believe in Vinland if I see it for myself. It's like, fool, that's not what believing means. If you want to ride in a ship, try your father's. That's a long ship, faster, bigger, and fancier than our humble Nar. It's like, Father's no fun at all. Every time I ask, he says no. Like, It's like, it's not that he's no fun. Thor's is simply saying you don't yet have the strength to fight against the sea. You see, Thorfinn, the sea here is deadly. When I was younger, my ship ran aground on some ice floes near Broadlid. We're there for a whole month. Our food stores ran out in no time, and we had no choice but to eat ice to stave off hunger and thirst. We were still new to Greenland and we didn't know the sea well enough. We were caught careless. It's like, so, how did you guys survive? So, we didn't. The other six died, only I lived. The ice crushed our ship, and we were forced to cross the ice in search of land. One misstep meant certain death. I walked for 2 days and nights, and when I turned around, I found that I was all alone. He's like, why? Why did we come so far north to live on this freezing island? And back with Thor's, you have Helga! Helga, boil some water! It's like, oh goodness, what happened to him? And you see that his arms and legs have become completely frostbitten. Frostbitten. It's like he's buried in the snow. Stroke the fire eel and bring the first in the bedroom. It's like, okay. As Thor takes off his feet and his clothes, like he notices he's been completely frostbitten. He's got this huge scar extending across his chest. He's like, ooh, ouch, what's that? Whip marks? He's like, cover his body with the furs. He's like, father, he isn't already dead, is he? His limbs are rotting and he's not breathing. And Thor's just like trying to do CPR. It's like, and besides that, this is bad news, father. He's not from this village. Oh, so that's the wife going, the poor thing. Why was he out during that terrible blizzard? So you don't know? Just look at him, mother. He's a runaway slave. He must have crossed the mountain from the nearest village. It's bad news all around. If they find out we've aided him, they'll be hell to pay. And back with Leaf, he's like, where you were running away? Our ancestors lived far to the east of here ages ago in a land called Norway. It was a good place, protected by many lush fjords, and unlike Iceland and Greenland, it was warm and the seas did not freeze. Our people were there for centuries. But one day there came a powerful man named Harald. Harald's forces swept through the villages of Norway like wildfire, conquering from coast to coast. Thus he began his reign as the first king of Norway. And the Norwegian people were faced with a hard choice: kneel and serve the king, or leave Norway forever. Many people did not take to the heavy hand of the king and chose to leave their homes. They set out across the sea far to the west, away from the king's grasp. Thus they landed here on Iceland. To this day there is no king here. When anything needs doing, the villages send representatives to discuss and decide. And Thorfinn's like, you're lying. You're just a dirty liar. Our ancestors wouldn't turn tail and run away from their problems. I'll go ask father. At least he won't tell me lies. As he runs back, and I was like, Father, Mr. Leaf says that. And you see just Thor's like grunting in exertion as he's trying to do CPR. It's like, there you are, Thorfinn. He's like, who's that? Yul like, someone's slave. He escaped and came here. You see with a gak as the guy coughs and starts breathing. He's like, wait, he's coming back to life? No way. And Thor's like, hey, can you tell me your name? He's like, it's cold. It's like, the fire Ylva, make it stronger. He's like, I'm right. He's like, where did you come from? Where were you going? He's like, are you going to take me back to Lord Halfdan's house? And Ylva's like, Halfdan, I knew it. He's from over the mountain. He's like, I don't want to go back there ever again. But he's like, I don't have anywhere else to go. You see tears just like streaming down his face. You have Thors, come quick. Halfdan's ship is at the dock. They've come with another silly bone to pick. You're the only one who can talk him down. And Yula's like, you see, I told you, father. And Leaf's like, what is the meaning of this? You barge into port without permission, dragonhead still attached. Have you forgotten your sailor's courtesy, Halfdan? It's like, be gone, old man, Leaf. It's a local matter of business. This is local matter, no business of a Greenlander. We have business in this village. I have reason to believe they might be keeping one of my slaves for me. I would think I'll cut it there, because we're still 2 chapters away from the ending, so I don't want to get to this video too long, so I already at 45 minutes. So just quick thought on the volume. So a lot of this volume is, like the beginning at least, is just kind of table setting. So being introduced to the characters, the conflict, all that kind of good stuff. And then now we're kind of getting into the flashback, kind of like setting us up for like, you know, what Thorfinn's motivation is, like what drives him, stuff like that. So not a super lot to say. I do love how kind of nihilist isn't the right word, but pessimistic, I guess, kind of how pessimistic Askeladd is, where he's like, oh, you know, it's so easy to manipulate people and like don't even know that they're being manipulated. Like when he's doing the smirks when he's fighting with Thorfinn, and he's just like playing him like a fiddle. So I did really like those aspects. And you get some really good characterization with each of the different characters. having like their own thing where Askeladd's kind of like, chill most of the time until he gets serious, but you can tell that he's very skilled, like his men lead him, follow him for a reason. And you have Thorfinn kind of being like the stereotypical kind of like moody, grumpy teenager. So I do like those aspects of it. And then we got the whole thing with like, slavery was very common in that. Like, we'll dig into that more as we get like deeper into the series. But I do like that being kind of used to differentiate Thor's from everyone else by being like, it was asking like, why can't we have like slaves? It's been such a standardized, normalized thing during this time period. And Thor's making a conscious decision to be like, no, I'm not going to be a participant in these kinds of systems. So again, like very little kind of good characterization, basically kind of tells you what these characters are like without having, even though we haven't spent too much time with them. So yeah, looking forward to getting back to more of this series going on, but it should be fun to kind of see where it concludes from here. With all that said, I hope you all did enjoy this video. If you did, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.